Welcome to my channel, YouTube channel and Facebook page Kadam Academy. I Prakash Kadam is here today to share with you concept on the staffing, one of the function of management. I will share with you more practical example. This theory will be clear through these practical examples like this Infosys, Orient, Lalit, Vantech, Naukri.com, BPO. In this part 1 and part 2, you have to watch both the video and subscribe my channel. The functions of management are major functions, 5 functions are there: planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Friends, staffing, I will first I would like to give you a brief on the learning objective of staffing. How this after watching this video, staffing function of management, you should be able to learn through this video. But what is the staffing? Staffing which includes the process by placing right person in the right position of the organization. Staffing. The concept and importance of the staffing first will clear, and you will understand the concept of staffing. You are able to explain the importance of staffing. After that, the staffing process. You are able to describe the steps in the process of the staffing. And what are the steps? So, like estimating manpower, recruitment, selection, placement, orientation, training and development, performance appraisal. And second is the staffing as a human resource management concept. Will be clear, you understand the specialized duties and activities performed by human resource management. Under this is learn HRM, recruitment selection, developing compensation and incentive plans, training development, training and development of employees, performance appraisal of employees, handling grievances, maintaining management, labor relations, providing social security, welfare, and the importance, under this importance of this staffing, you understand what are the importance? Filling job with the competent personnel, better performance, selection, survival and growth of organization, and optimum utilization of the resource. So friends, of staffing having these few components. What are those components? Like recruitment? Under this recruitment, that may be external recruitment, external source, and internal source. What are the external sources? That is campus recruitment, management, consultant and placement agencies, employment exchange, advertisement, recruitment, direct recruitment, labor contractors, casual callers, and so on. And the internal sources are transfer and promotions. The second component of this staffing is selection process. Under the selection process, see what are those the steps for selection process. In second video, we'll watch this preliminary screening and selection test. This is very important selection process. Employment interviews, reference checks, selection decision, medical and physical examination, and job offer. And its third component is training and development and education. On the job, the induction training, apprentice, internship, job rotating on the job is vestibule training, simulated work environment. So friends, start with the concept of the staffing. The concept of staffing includes selecting, recruiting process and training individuals for specific job functions and charging them with the associated responsibilities. Number of employed personnel in an organization or program, also called workforce. For this workforce, we have to do that staffing. Okay, it is the function which includes process by placing the right person in the right position of the organization. So friends, this is the right person we have to fix at the right position. The staffing function, it will solve various conflicts, which have the function and handling grievances, keeping healthy environment with positive competition. So friends, why it is needed, why it is important? You see here, obtaining competent personnel. Proper staffing helps in discovering and obtaining competent personnel for various jobs. Second need is high performance. Proper staffing ensures high performance by putting right person on the right job. Continuous growth. Proper staffing ensures continuous survival and growth of the enterprise through succession planning for managers. Next need is optimal utilization of resources. It prevents what prevents this optimum utilization of resources? It prevents the underutilization of personnel and high labor costs by avoiding overstaffing. It also avoids disruption of work by indicating in advance the shortages of personnel. If any shortage is there, we can fill up that position here. Okay. Whatever the requirement, we can keep it. And last is the improve the job satisfaction. Job satisfaction and moral of the employee through objective assessment and fair reward of their contributions. So friends, this need an importance of the staffing. We will see one example of this management of human resource at Infosys. How they have done. Great Narayan Murthy sir, I salute him. He told our assets walk out of the door each evening. We have to make sure that they come back in next morning. Yes. What they have done, the long-term success of the company is usually examined on the certain financial and non-financial parameters. These human resources are among these new non-financial parameters that challenge the usefulness of evaluating corporate success solely on the traditional measures. It's totally on the traditional measure. Human resources represent the collective expertise, innovation, leadership, entrepreneurial, entrepreneurial and managerial skills endowed in the employees of an organization. As a knowledge intense, intensive company, Infosys recognizes the value of its human assets in maintaining its uh, competitive position in the world. And it realizes that these assets can easily walk away as a competitor in India or abroad court its IT talent. So that's why he was told this statement. Infosys, consequently, the challenge acting Infosys is how to attract, retain, develop its human assets. It's a human asset in a highly competitive and dynamic environment. So this is the example of Infosys. You see the HRM. concept. HRM is what? Human resource management. Human resource management is a big part, and out of this small part is the staffing. Staffing is the function. The function of human resource management is to provide skilled human elements to the enterprise. The big enterprises create a separate department called HRD, Human Resource Department. This department work under the HR managers. Under the HR manager, we call HR manager. The definition of this human resource management is what? Then the human resource management is the recruitment, selection, development, utilization, compensation, motivation of human resources of the organization. So staffing as a part of human resource management, yes. The human relation approach recognizes human factor as the most important instrument of success in an organization. Fast-changing technological developments, however, necessitated new skill development and training of employees. People came to be recognized as a valuable resource, which can be further developed. Increase the scope of work lead to the replacement of personnel manager with the human resource manager. The scope in consideration, they have changed this name, human resource manager. And lastly, what is the staffing? Staffing is both line as well as staff activity, because staffing is a function of management, like planning, organizing, directing, controlling, as well as the distinct functional areas of human resource department, just as marketing department or financial management. So friends, so we'll differentiate this staffing. Staffing includes estimating manpower, planning, requirements, recruitment, selection, placement, orientation, performance appraisal, compensation, employee. And for big corporates, staffing as well as plus maintaining labor relations and union management relations. This is the work of HR management. This extra duties they have to follow: handling grievances and complaints, providing for social security and welfare of employees, defending company in lawsuits in legal matters. This is the staffing and this is the human resource management. So conclusion is what? HRM is a broader concept than the staffing. Here, staffing is smaller than this HRM. This HRM is a broader concept. So reflections. Here, pause your video and give the answer to your mind or yourself. What is the staffing as a part of resource management? And try to remind. So play your video and you know this answer, what you learned till the next point, process of staffing. Under this process of staffing, we are going to find out the first step, estimating, identifying manpower recruitment. What is the workload analysis, workforce analysis, that must be clear. After that, the recruitment. Under this recruitment, we study step by step. Next is the selection, and after that, placement and orientation. After that, training and development, and lastly, the performance appraisal and promotion. These are the process of staffing, and this is for the purpose to fill the roles designed into the organization structure. Various posts according to that roles are designed. So this is the process of staffing for the all the posts. Then staffing process, we start with, for example, for the BPO. If one of is selected as a BPO unit by virtue, why this staffing process is required. See, this is the example for BPO. The BPO in this, what he required, the being a extrovert means what? An outgoing and socially confident person. It is required for this post. well versed in English speaking. One needs to be trained in relevant business processes. Which company here going to talk? The telephone conversation etiquettes must be required. A dictation, adaptation before actual placement. The employee's experiences during the orientation and placement form his or her first impression of the organization because they are directly connected to the customer. So these are the steps they have to follow for the BPO. That's why the staffing process is important. So what is the one statement read here? I will read here. Water everywhere and not a drop to drink. The right person for the right job is the good thing because if we are in sea, there is a water everywhere, but no drop to drink. That means if you don't have this process and you don't have skills, then you will not get the job. So friends, here recruitment, we start with the recruitment. Recruitment may be defined as the process of searching for prospective employees and stimulating them to apply for the job in the organization. So what are the sources of recruitment? There may be internal sources or external sources. Internal sources refer to inviting candidates from within the organization. The following are the important sources of internal recruitment that can be transfer. It involves the shifting of an employee from one job to another, from one department to another, or from one shift to another shift. Promotion. Second one is the promotion. It refers to shifting of an employee to a higher position, carrying higher responsibility. That may be promotion, and that is the prestige to him or facilities you are giving to them or increase the salary, pay. Layoff means that to recall the temporary workers for work is called layoff, who are temporarily separated from the organization due to lack of work. This can also the internal sources of recruitment. In advantage of this internal sources, recruitment is what employees are motivated to improve their performance. Always internal recruitment also simplifies the process of selection and placement. No wastage of time in employee training and development. Filling the job internally is cheaper. These are the advantages and some limitations are there for this internal resources. The scope of induction of fresh talent is reduced and this employee may become lethargic. If they know the internal promotion will be there, and they will get lethargic. And the spirit of competition, mainly the spirit of competition among the employees may be hampered. The frequent transfer of employees may often reduce the productivity of the organization. Frequently, if we transfer, that will be also reduce the productivity. So, friends, these are the internal. Now we will go for the external sources of recruitment. When the candidates from outside the organization are invited to fill this backend job position, then it is known as external recruitment. The external candidates, the common methods of external sources of recruitment are the campus recruitment. The colleges and institutes of management and technology or any professional college have become popular source of recruitment for the technical, professional, managerial jobs. And many big organizations maintain a close link with the TPOs in the colleges and recruit the qualified personnel for the various jobs. The colleges institute are keep it in touch with the companies. Management consultant and the placement agencies. This management consultant, like unique management consultant or different consultancies are there. We can watch, and this concept helps the organization to recruit the technical professional and managerial personnel. They specialize in the middle level and the top level executives placement, and they maintain the data of the persons with the different qualification and skills. Friends, through employment exchange, also external resource. Okay, this is the employment agencies, government registered agencies, employment noni, Naukri for Maharashtra, Swayojan registration, and the companies are giving these ads. This employment exchanges run by the government help to match the personnel demand and supply by serving as a link between the job seeker and the employer. It is suitable for unskilled and skilled operative jobs also. Then next is the advertisement, newspaper, or this most of the senior position of industry and the commerce are filled by this method. Advertisement in newspaper, trade journal, generally used in wider choice is required. The practice telecast vacant post over the TV like Doordarshan or in newspaper, uh, they can give it the also gaining the importance these days through the social media. Also, the direct recruitment is there. A notice is placed on the notice board of this enterprise or see this is the notice board we are hiring, and the job seeker assemble outside the premises of the organization on the specified date, and selection is done on the spot. That may be also one of the type of the direct recruitment. So friends, next this suitability, it is suitable for filling casual vacancies when there is a rush of the work or when some permanent workers are absent. That can be also possible. Labor contractor. This labor contractors who are themselves employees of the organization maintain close contact with the laborer on the payment of commission. They can provide the required number of unskilled workers at a short notice. This will connect with the those who require the job, and they will provide in short notice. The casual callers. The company gets application uh, on and off even without declaring any vacancy. The applications are coming to company, and however, as and when vacancy arises, the company makes use of such application. And this advantage is what it reduces the cost of recruitment workforce in comparison to the sources. Next, the recommendation of employees. Many firms encourage their employees to recommend names of their relatives and friends for employment. Such applicants are likely to good employees because their background is sufficiently known. So, recommendation of employees may be good to those who are working in the industry. Lastly, this ninth one is the web publishing. Internet is becoming a common source of recruitment. There are certain websites specially designed for the purpose of providing information about the job seekers and job providers. Like example, this Naukri.com, JobStreet. So friends, these are the example of the external resources, and many of external sources is the benefits is the qualified personnel will get it by using external sources of recruitment. The management can attract qualified and trained, that is important, skilled people to apply the vacant job in the organization, and the wider choice. Management has a wider choice in selecting the people for employment, the fresh talent. That is also important. It provides wider choice and bring new blood in the organization. A new fresh talent is also coming. Competitive spirit. If a company taps external sources, the staff will have compete with the outsiders. And what are the limitation? Limitation of external sources of recruitment is dissatisfaction among the existing employees. If the recruitment from the outside may cause dissatisfaction among the employees, they may feel that their chances of promotion are reduced. There is a chances. The costly process. A lot of money has to be spent on the advertisement. Therefore, this is costly process. Lengthy process. It takes more time than the internal sources of recruitment. So friends, thank you for this watching my video, and much more examples are there which are beneficial to you exam related and the practical knowledge. Subscribe my channel and watch the part 2 for this next remaining part of the staffing as a function of management.